My friend asked me whether I should open creatine or not. I knew that guy. He had been training in the gym consistently for like a year and a year and a half. He sometimes skipped his workout and didn't take it too seriously, but he wanted to start taking his journey more seriously and to start taking creatine, the supplements, to start buying them and taking them. And I asked him two questions. The first thing was that I asked him about his diet, whether he tracks it or not, whether he takes his protein and he eats it in the right amount, and he said that he doesn't do it, that he knows that he should do it, but he eats out too much, he can track the calories all the times, and the protein, he doesn't do it. And then I asked him about his sleep, and he said something out of the lines that he sometimes sleep a good amount, has a good sleep, and is fully recovered, but sometimes he chooses to do other things, you can probably guess what, and he doesn't take care of it to the fullest extent. I said to him, my answer was that taking creatine would probably help him by a pretty big margin, not a massive one, like 1-2 more reps for the next workout would benefit his gains. Creatine is the most studied supplement and is proven to give more results. But the thing was that he doesn't take care of things that are way more important than creatine, than taking it. He doesn't sleep enough for sometimes. He doesn't go to all of his workouts. He doesn't track his protein and calories. And I just said to him, you're missing out on way more gains by not doing the more important things than the less important things. Now, when I say it like that, I didn't say it in this exact way. It sounds obvious. So here's the thing, there is always a hierarchy for the actions that you can do, that basically some actions are more important than others. Sleeping is more important than meditating, for sure, right? Sleeping for 1 more hour is way more important than meditating for 5 minutes every day. Getting your protein in for the day and tracking it and making sure that you eat it is way more important than fucking eating that type of protein or that type of protein. Leucine is very important because the body does not produce it. You need to fucking get it from food. That's one argument, but you need to hit the numbers, right? Hitting the numbers is the more important stuff, and you probably know it deep in your mind. Hitting your workouts, going and training hard, so instead of focusing on this like optimal technique, doing a decent technique, right, in which you target the desired muscle with some level of control, and getting to failure in relation to getting the best technique but not getting close to failure, not even remotely close, is also another one of these things. So I don't like to use the term of you're killing your gains, but essentially, when you prioritize less important stuff than more important stuff, you are killing your gains. So I saw a study a few hours ago when thinking about making this video. Let me pull it up. So there were 2 groups. One was optimized to the greatest extent. Their training was periodized. They were made sure to hit like the right amount of leucine, right, which is an amino acid, and protein, and a calorie surplus, and the right like protein timing. They make sure to eat all of these things, and these are basically the ways to optimize training and diet to the greatest extent. They also use supplements, all of the things you can think about that can optimize your training and give you more results. And in relation to them, there was the second group. They consumed 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, right? And they trained 3 times per week, 3 sets of 12 reps per exercise. That's their training. Some people in it also train for 2 times per week. That's not a lot of training, and that's not a lot of protein. That's not very hard. They gained only 15% less results than the extremely optimized group. If this does not make you realize that optimizing to the greatest extent is not as important as most people think, so that's why most people think, in my opinion, that optimizing to the greatest extent is what they should do. So there are 2 reasons to it. The first one is that we are lazy by nature. Training hard, doing the basics is hard. That's why they give the results. Not exactly why, but to some extent. And doing hard things, as humans, we usually, not everyone, some people are the opposite to that. I try to be the opposite to that, but it's hard. We try to run away from pain. That's our nature. Taking supplements and hearing the smart guy says that it gives more results. So these people, even though they are not dumb at all. They can be pretty fucking smart. But because of the lazy nature of us humans, not everyone, right? That's just a generalization. Those who optimize for creatine in relation to training and don't optimize for training, for intensity, for the important stuff, they don't want to go and put in that hard work, so they just go and do the other stuff and say that they care about training and fulfill their careness for training through just taking supplements instead of doing the important stuff. The second reason is because, so that's one that is pretty dark. Some people just doesn't have the good genetics for building muscle. Their building muscle genetics suck. I don't know if you're like that, you're probably not, and if you are, then sorry bro. To be honest, it is not really bad news. It is bad news when you dedicate all of your life towards something that you are genetically pretty bad at. Now, again, it is not bad or good. It's neither bad or good. Everyone can get visible six-pack abs, some level of muscle mass, some level of muscular development, and look pretty decent, right? To get to a pretty low body fat percentage with some muscle on their frame. Some people have such a bad genetics that they can do so, but they probably don't watch this video, so I won't talk about them. And there is the group who are in the 25% bottom percentile of building muscle, who does not have that good of genetics to build muscle, and because of that, they wanna optimize everything. But they think that so they wanna feel like they are doing everything, and I completely sympathize with them. I understand it, right? I am the kind of guy who wants to like optimize everything and get the most results, and I do it, and I have nothing against it. But sometimes you need to just accept your genetics as they are, and if you know that you train pretty hard, that you sleep enough, right, you take care of your sleep, of your protein intake, of your calorie intake, and you still don't gain like a lot of results, then I know it's fucking sad, bro. It's sad to say it. It's sad. Some people, need to realize it. That's why I say it. You need to realize that's just your genetics. That's your genetics. You can keep going and training and dieting and sleeping. You will make more progress. That's amazing. But comparing yourself to guys with better genetics and thinking that taking that fucking supplements or this supplement would get you to their physique is just impossible. You can go on the juice, but don't do it because it will just destroy your health. It's not worth it. Especially without the right guidance, especially when you're young. You should not do it. You should just accept your genetics as they are. You should be grateful for the progress that you have made, because you have made some of it. For sure, you have made a lot of progress. And I don't care if you don't have the physique that you wanted. You need to be grateful for what you have, bro. And you need to keep going, because this is not an excuse to stop going to the gym. This is not an excuse to stop eating your protein and sleeping. That's just you. You have this physique. Accept it. You have nothing to do but you accept it, and accepting it is the smartest thing that you can do. And if you are part of this category, right, this is for you. And these are the actual important things for building muscle, and that's essentially it. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe. If you wanna get a free course, link in the description. Bye.